Good morning and welcome back to Video Diary on the farm, Monday morning. Yeah, as you can probably see, I'm still out sat in the digger, doing a bit of work, and we had our first Christmas party at the weekend. Yeah, we got together. Elway's laid on a superb event at the country park in the wedding venue, what the whole wedding's in. And we had a live group, we had all the music, we had drink, we had food. Yeah, we had a good get together with all the other members of the park and the teams, and so thank you very much to the Elway's family for putting on a superb spread. Yeah, the reason why we had it so early actually is because we, well, not we, the country park has got some big events coming on up to Christmas, including a laser light show or a light show, and yeah, and it starts next weekend, so they'd be rather busy. So that's why we've had it a bit earlier, but yeah, superb do it was, and I've included a bit of footage of us enjoying ourselves just to start with. And yeah, like I said, once again, thank you to the Elway's family for laying on such a great event. Anyway, let's get on with this week's video. Yeah, I shall get done this contracting, what I'm doing with the digger, and then we shall see what else crops up in the week. So hopefully we'll see you all at the end. Well, this is today's job, cleaning up overhanging branches on a paddock line here so they can get to the fence. Got the tree shear on, as you can see, and just snipping a bit off as we go and dumping it back into the woods. call from the country park. The biomass boiler was nearly empty, so we had to go and fill it up with wood chip. As you can see, we need another load in the shed. It's nearly out. Well, it is by the time we got it all shoveled up anyway. There was just 2 trailer loads, but yeah, we'll keep the heating going, especially this time of year. And it also heats other houses on the site of the country park as well. The boiler does, as well as the wedding venue. So yeah, there's quite a lot of properties depending on it. The wood chip we're using isn't any old wood chip, it's what they call virgin wood chip. That is, that it's straight from trees. It's not made up of any sort of clippings, brash or anything else like that. That's because the boiler isn't designed to run on that sort of wood chip. So it's got to be like chunks of a certain size, and the moisture's got to be just right. So often the wood chip has to be dried to a set standard if it's bought in. There wasn't a lot of thought into this biomass boiler where the shed is, where we tip the wood chip, because it just isn't big enough. You ought to be able to back an Arctic lorry load in and get rid of it straight away. It is feasible, but you have to push it into every corner, and it's crammed chock up to the door hole, which which isn't ideal. Also, but like we are now, we're tipping trailers in there, as you'll see. You can't tip the trailers up very high because you'll hit the door hole. So you end up, rather than tipping it in one big heap, you end up dragging it out through the door hole a bit. But I mean, in order to minimise that, we have to have somebody watching the trailer as you tip it up, because from the seat you can't really see how high you can go. But otherwise, you would automatically raise the roof with the trailer. Andrew is my banksman today. He's watching the roof, so he's guiding me how far I can tip the trailer up and when to stop so I can pull forward. And yeah, we just keep inching forward a bit and then tip it up a bit more. Then we have to get the forklift after every load and push it up right into the back of the shed. If we had a bit bigger reach on the forklift, it would be handy, but as you can see, I'm having to travel up the heap a bit to push it in because of the limited boom length on this forklift. But yeah, it works alright, and you can get it into the corners, but it just means you've got to just watch what you're doing when you're climbing up the heap a bit, because you don't want to drop into where the actual auger is, otherwise it might damage something. While I was away in Scotland, my digger was brought back to Risby Yard, and it has a major service carried out on it. This was carried out by Paddle Plant, which we always use, and it's a local company and gives great service. So we always use them. We thought we'd bring it back to Brisby Yard so it was undercover, because the weather wasn't very good at the time. And yeah, it's all set now to do another 500 hours before its service is due again next year. Just down at that herrings field, one of the fields where we put a new drain in to harvest. That's working well. This is the first time in a few years that this corner's been dry, so definitely done some good. Yeah, the whole crops are looking well actually. Yeah, they're all running this time of year. Yeah, that stuff's running fast. Shifting some water out there now. Going under the road. We're just at the top of this good ploughing here, what was on an earlier video. Yeah, it's looking well, that. Yeah, this drain's running well. If you remember at harvest, you can't quite see from it, it's up this field. Through the edge here. Goes across to the corner where we was in the village, back of the houses, where we put a new drain in at the corner there. But yeah, satisfying to see it all done. Yeah, lovely job that. Alright, well that's it for this week's edition video diary on the farm. Apologies that there's a lot of dig work on it, but that's just the nature of the game at this time of year. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. And as always, hit that like, share and subscribe if you have, and you'll get notified every week when there's a new one out. Plus, it's free to subscribe. So, yep, thanks again. We'll see you next week.